What's up, guys? Welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you your Brave Cross Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week is the man who controls the wolves, Ebonwolf. And of course, we will be talking about both the normal Ebonwolf and the FATED version. Now, he's considered as a front DPS with ratings of B for survivability, A for DPS, and B for support. His main skill, Lonely Howling, where his Werewolf deals 183% attack damage to 3 targets in the enemy's rear while stunning them for 4.5 seconds. Now, he does have a second skill. It's called Fangs of Fenrir, which he attacks all targets and reduces their rage by 80, stunning them for 6 seconds, and the damage is evened out if there are more than 12 targets. His basic attacks damages up to 4 units in front for a total of 70% attack. Each attack has a 30% chance to restore 2% of his max HP. His attacks will not add rage to those who are attacked. His talents include Fenrir, where there is a 20% chance to be immune to damage when receiving basic attacks and countered. When rage is sealed, there's a 90% chance to remove this debuff and empty the assailant's rage. Attack 6, Rage 5, and Iron Wolf 4 are all self-explanatory. Now, his mythic ability, which is currently locked at this time, is called Asura. And any unit that kills Ebonwolf will take damage that ignores the defense equal to 100% of Ebonwolf's attack. This unit will not gain rage and is unable to use any of their talents for a total of 12 seconds. Grand Admiral and Kingdom Guard are all unlocked once you get to 6 and 7 star. Now let's go through the Fate skills. Aeon Soul. He gains a 20% attack speed, which trigger Fenrir form when HP is lower than 25%. This can't be prevented by any snaring effects. He restores 3 rage per second when he is in this form, for a total of 40 rage restored. There's also a 35% chance to release Werewolf Spirit when attacking, dealing 150% true attack damage to a random unit, as I believe it is. Serious Boom, Serious Shell, and Clairvoyance, and of course Raging Assault are all self-explanatory. Now, I'd just like to go over the hero unity, which are currently all unlocked at the moment. Hero, Patriot, and Unrivaled are all currently locked. Now let's look at the pros and cons. As always, let's start with the pros. And let's start off with the normal Ebonwolf. The normal Ebonwolf will have a decent amount of attack, defense, and HP. And of course, the FATED version will have a little bit more than the normal Ebonwolf. The main thing to talk about for both of these heroes is, of course, their Fenrir form. Now, Fenrir form is achieved when Ebonwolf's HP is less than 25%, as I believe it could be less than 25%, because when I look at it, it's about that much before he actually uses his Fenrir form. The only difference between the normal Ebonwolf and of course the FATED Ebonwolf during the Fenrir form is the FATED form gains Aeon Soul, which is the 20% attack speed, and of course you get this can't be prevented by snaring effects. He gets that restore rage as well. But the main thing is that 20% attack speed plus that 35% chance to release the Werewolf Spirit when attacking and dealing 150% true attack damage. The game doesn't really go over, but I do believe it is a random enemy unit. The normal Ebonwolf, I do believe, still get that restore rage, but I don't think he gets that Werewolf Spirit ability. And of course, let's talk about the main skill or the main awakening, Fangs of Fenrir, which is activated when you are in your Fenrir form. Even though it lists both of these awakening or skill, this Fangs of Fenrir is only achieved when you are in Fenrir form. So let's get that out of the way. Now let's go through Fated Ebonwolf. I did mention that you do have more DPS, more HP, more defense if you are in the Fated form. And this is mainly because of Aeon Soul and of course the other abilities you get through the Fated form, such as Seer's Boom, Seer's Shell, Clairvoyance, and Raging Assault. Now let's go through the cons. The main thing that I want to say about the cons for Ebonwolf is obviously the ability to get his shards. It's not very easy. The only way for you to get it at the moment is through the War Stadium chest, and of course this is also available in the Legion Grand Heroes Galore, which you have a chance, I guess 5 rolls every day to get a chance to get Ebonwolf's shard. The other thing is, of course, this only applies to the Fated form, which is to get the items you need to get to the Fated form. These are only achieved through War Stadium. If you're lucky, if you can get them from War Stadium chests. However, you can also buy them through the War Stadium points, using your War Stadium points, in the owner shop, of course. I wouldn't say it's such a bad thing because it is available rather than not available. Like, Empyrean and Dragoon, you can't buy their weapon scroll in any shop. So Ebonwolf you can, so it's not that bad. However, you do have to spend a lot more points to get these. 2,000 for each armor scroll and trinket scroll, and 3,000 points for the weapon scroll. One other thing that I would like to note is the base stats attack power of Ebonwolf. Even though he's considered a front DPS, his DPS isn't that great. Comparing it to other heroes, of course, I do believe that I'd only have a 4-star, but comparing it to my XMK3 or even Cure Knight, his attack isn't that great. Now, I wouldn't say that it's really bad. I'm just saying it's not that great, even though he's considered a front DPS. This can be fixed though with the Fenrir form. Once you hit the Fenrir form, he does hit a lot harder, a lot faster, and of course you get that rage gain. Which brings me to my next point with the cons. Fenrir form is only unleashed once you get to 25% of your remaining HP. This can be a little bit of a problem if you're fighting off someone who has a very strong DPS team, such as, of course, having Sohi there. And, of course, if Sohi crits and pretty much you're down to your 10% before you get your Fenrir form awakening up, Sohi's next arrow will probably kill you before you can even get to Fenrir. Even before you can maximize your Fenrir form. It's such a sad thing that it only activates at 25%, but at the same time, if you can get Ebonwolf up by having healers and stuff like that, unfortunately we don't have much power in when to activate all our awakenings during PvP. But in PvE, I would say when you can get Ebonwolf's HP down and then use an awakening to get your HP up, that is where Ebonwolf can shine. One good example is, of course, in the Dominion floors. There is a particular floor where everyone else is having a problem, and of course this is the Imperials only floor in the high 200s. I can't remember the exact floor right now because I've totally forgot about it, but I did mention it very much in my Dominion guides that there is one particular floor where everyone is struggling, and this is the Imperials only. And the one way for me to get around that floor was to make sure that Ebonwolf's HP goes down before I heal him up, because this way he'll have more DPS and so on and so forth. Now that I've talked about the pros and cons, I actually went a little bit sideways there, but I guess I will give you my final thoughts on Ebonwolf. I do believe Ebonwolf is a great hero. The problem lies is, of course, getting the amount of shards you need, and of course, if you're planning to get the Fated form, you will spend a lot of resources on him. But I still do believe that he is a great hero. In PvE, he does have a place in your Dominion team, of course, especially in the Imperials only one that I've mentioned. In the campaign mode, you can definitely bring him in Chronicles, Blood Jewels, and of course you can also bring him to enemy invasions and the 3 heroes versus Empyrean. However, I wouldn't bring him to 10 Eunuchs, and of course not in Mountain Bandit. There are better teams out there than your Ebonwolf, or better heroes, sorry, more appropriate for those particular dungeons. In the lair, you can also bring him. He does decent damage. He's a good tank as well. So there is a place for Ebonwolf in your PvE team. Now let's talk about PvP. In PvP, I can say that there is some parts of me that want Ebonwolf to shine. Especially now that there is a cross-server arena. And there's definitely a place for your Ebonwolf in your team, but in your normal server PvP, I do think that there is a current meta right now that makes it so Ebonwolf is quite useless in them. But he did shine quite a few months back before this new all-out DPS meta happening. Fated Ebonwolf was quite strong, and a lot of people had a hard time taking him down. Anyway guys, I think that's it for this video. Please remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Fated Ebonwolf? Or are you using Fated Ebonwolf in your current team? Or if you're using him at all? I would like to hear from you guys, and leave a comment below, because we gotta get some discussion happening here. So anyway, that's it for me. This is Monchkinz logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.